Oh, baby, the demo mode invitational, the demo mode final week is finally here. I am finally a part of it. As you guys know, the first time I ever got invited, which was over, I think, a year and a half ago now, I actually only did Hunter the entire time because I didn't feel like grinding Combat. I only grinded Hunter. I got Dragon Implings and provided a bunch of things for a bunch of different teams. It was pretty fun, but the thing is, the next two times I was in Germany, so I could never really qualify for demo mode itself for the final week. This time I finally was able to qualify, and this time I can finally grind out stats and actually try to win at the very end, which most likely isn't going to happen, but TSM is looking strong. What was that voice crack? I managed to wake up at 5 a.m. somehow for the start of the demo mode tournament. So as you guys know, it's extreme chaos when this thing starts. Everybody's pretty much doing the same thing. For the most part, I think everybody goes to Varrock and then instantly runs to the strong level security so they can get themselves their 10k, because it's pretty much the safest time to do it. If you do it right at the start, nobody's going to be really PKing. Nobody has runes for PKing except the ones you're given at the very beginning. Still a chance to die if you get an unlucky hit by one of the monsters down here, or if there does happen to be a PK or some people teaming up in or whatever. But I was pretty safe for the most part, didn't have to worry about it. If you guys didn't know, you can actually skip the questions here by just spam clicking on the gate, and you can end up getting through it for free. But I managed to get my 10k, no issues. Was pretty quick with it too. After that, I instantly went back to Varrock and bought myself a fire staff, and I went straight to the rune shop as well. Now the thing is, when I was buying these runes, there's other people there as well. The rune shop was pretty much out of stock, so I ended up actually buying the regular runes, and then I managed to snag a couple of the air rune and mind rune packs. So I had a bunch of casts on me. I think I had, like, at the end of it, 215 fire strike casks, which was plenty enough to get me at least 35 magic, probably plus a little bit more. I then thieved a couple inventories of the cup of teas, and then went straight to the Varrock sword shop, where I got myself an Addy sword, which is a pretty strong weapon early once you're able to actually wield it at 30 attack. And that was pretty much what I did in Varrock at the very start. I bought everything I wanted. I had still a bit of cash left for the most part, and I wasn't stuck at a store trying to buy a thing, so I was pretty happy with how I started. After that, a home tele to Lumbridge, and I went south to the swamp where all these giant frogs and rats are and everything. The goblins and spiders west and east of Lumbridge are usually all packed. The men are all being thieved or attacked, so I like coming down here. There's usually a bunch of rat and frog spawns down here, plenty of space open for everybody. The thing is, they do hit a bit harder, which is annoying, but it was fine. I had food on me, no big deal. Now at this point, I am still doing my clan right now at TSM. Everybody's sort of doing their own thing at the moment. I think we're maybe going to convene tomorrow or in a couple days and just put together everything we have and see what happens. But everybody's doing their own thing right now. But the thing is, I know there are people doing Herblore, there are people doing Hunter, Slayer, so we have a bunch of people doing different things, Fishers as well. So everybody's sort of doing their own thing at the moment. But TSM, at the end of the day, most likely will come out victorious at this tournament. It is the biggest powerhouse I've seen so far, and I will be giving away the 20 grand to one of you guys when we do end up winning the tournament. So you can look forward to that. All you have to do is drop a like and a comment on this video. After getting a bunch of random stats in Lumbridge, I went back up to Varrock and got some more things there, got some more runes, and also I did the Varrock Museum quiz, which gets you a free 9 Hunter and 9 Slayer levels. I don't know why I do it. I always just seem to. It's really fast. It's free levels, so I thought, why not? I'm going to be doing Slayer anyway, so I might as well get a head start on those. After that, I did a bunch of quests that I wanted to do. Originally, I was going to start off grinding Lost Tribe. I wanted to get Lost Tribe instantly so I could get the Dorgation crossbow and bone bolts, and then try to sell them as many as possible, because that's such good money at the beginning. Unfortunately, I wasn't exactly the fastest person to do that, but I think I actually have a clip recorded on of the clan that was there, so that was a shame. I didn't end up finishing that, but I did end up finishing the quests Rune Mysteries. I did Restless Ghost as well when I was down there. Sort of a 2-in-1 quest, Restless Ghost and Rune Mysteries. You have to go down there anyway. So I went there. Nobody killed me at Wizard's Tower, thankfully. I made a quick pit stop in Draenor to get the Chronicle and then the Event RPG. If you guys didn't know, the Event RPG is pretty damn amazing early on when training. I think it's the same strength or something. It's the same power as a Mithril Scimitar, I believe, and you attack a lot faster when you are wielding it. It's very cheap, so I'd recommend getting that instantly if you guys are ever looking to train at a low level. After finishing those quests, I did a bunch of more training in Lumbridge just to get my stats up a little bit, and then I decided that I wanted to get my agility up, and I had to go to Gnome Stronghold to do that. So what I did was, I went all the way over to Varrock and then went over to Edgeville, and I pulled the lever, which is a very, very scary thing at the beginning, but luckily nobody's in the wilderness, and I managed to safely get to Artie and then made my way up to Gnome Stronghold, where I trained agility until level 30. Goblin Diplomacy also needs to be done if you want to do Lost Tribe, so I got that done really quick. Making the dies is insanely scary, especially because Draenor is not a safe place, but luckily I made those pretty easy. Also, I think making dies may be a decent money maker on DMM mode because they go for a lot in the GE. People don't want to make them themselves, and they put in big offers for those. So that may be an idea for the future if I'm ever looking to make money on this game. But we finished Room Mysteries when we were down there. We went up and finished Goblin Diplomacy, which actually got us a gold bar as well, which we might need later for Monkey Madness, which is pretty nice. Finished that off as well, and then we decided to do the Priest in Peril quest, so I got myself the 50 rune essence from the essence mine. Now this quest is scary as well, because as you know, you have to travel with very little food when you actually go to Petadomus to bring all that stuff to Dresel, the rune essence. You have to bring 25 at a time, or even more or less. Comes down to you with very little food. But luckily at this point there aren't that many people PKing. Everybody's sort of focused on completing quests with their account. They don't want to lose all that XP early. Early on, it's not really the end of the world if you die PKing, because you don't lose that much in the first couple hours. But the PKing sort of calms down a couple hours into the tournament and then picks up the next day. But we'll see with what happens this week if PKing is big or not. Anyways, so we managed to finish that, thankfully, which means we have access to all of Morytania. And now I need to focus on finishing Animal Magnetism and the Ghost Ahoy quest, which I haven't done yet, but I have a bunch of the items for it for the next time that we manage to go out there. Now, the nice thing is on my account is that I've actually gotten a bunch of different things on my account completed. Like a bunch of the level requirements that I need, I finished. I finished the crafting level, woodcutting level, all the big requirements that I need for quests, I actually managed to finish. Now, because I grinded all of these different stats, I ended up being pretty high on the leaderboard. Actually, I ended up being #1 on the leaderboard, which means TSM Soup was #1 on the leaderboard for demo mode. It's been a lifetime goal of mine. I've never been #1 on top of the leaderboard at any time for any demo mode, seasonal, invitational, anything. And I finally did it. I know this means nothing, but it was really cool. It's always really cool to see your name up there. And this lasted maybe like 5 minutes until somebody passed me again. And I don't think I'll be #1 at any point in this tournament again, but just a nice little accomplishment there. Was pretty happy with that. I think this happens for a lot of people, that they have that one tournament where they're really high and then it drops down. But anyways, for me, I was pretty happy with it. So after that, I decided to completely focus on combat. I would be doing the quests later, but I really wanted to get my combat up. I felt like I was falling a little bit behind, and I desperately wanted to get 43 prayer for Protect from melee, especially for later for Monkey Madness 2 and some other quests. So I managed to do that in the swamp. I pretty much stayed there the entire time. I was there for 50 attack, 50 strength, and 50 defense, straight across the board, all 50s. And then we also managed to get 43 prayer finally, which actually wasn't too bad. A bunch of people come down here and leave their bones, so I just picked those up and bury them as well. So it wasn't too bad. Anyways, guys, for the end of the tournament, we managed to get 43 prayer, or that tournament, the end of the video. Thankfully, it's not the end of the tournament. We managed to get 43 prayer, and the stats were about 533 total. All the requirements that I need for the quests I want to do are complete. So next episode, we'll start off with those dangerous quests, including Monkey Madness, Animal Magnetism, Ghost Ahoy. So hopefully we do not die. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching day 1 of the $10,000. Actually, it's $20,000 this time, isn't it? The demo mode invitational. Thank you guys all for watching. Hope to see you next time, and I hope you're looking forward to the next video tomorrow. Peace.
Wow.